For cheap D2R items, visit aoeah.com. You get 3% off with the code Arreat. Check the link in the description. In the dark forests of a forgotten kingdom, Alistair from Arreat was born. His father was an honored knight, but he fell in a battle when Alistair was a young boy. His mother, a herbal woman and healer, grew him up in peace, far away from battlefields. She taught him about what is right and what is wrong, but fate was just merciless. One night when Alistair was 10 years old, they got attacked by marauding mercenaries. Alistair could hide, but he watched how his mother got stabbed down by the robbers. He became a lonesome wanderer, walking from one place to the other. In his mind the thoughts of revenge and the anger about himself that he had not been able to protect his mother. In a small village named Riva, he met Master Boron, an aging war hero. The elder warrior started to care about Alistair, and when he taught him in the arts of war, the spirit of his father has awakened in him. He learned to fight with different weapons and also about strategy and honor. But when Alistair became older, he realized the truth that crashed his mind. There was no fate. The king himself had betrayed his family. His father did not die in a battle, he got murdered in an ambush. As the blood-red sunset colored the sky, Alistair took off his silver armor and plunged it into shadow. His name should be forgotten. From now on, he made himself known as the Black Knight, a feared avenger riding through the lands, executing justice in the shadows of the night. His sword had no mercy and taught bandits and marauders in pain and dread. He walked through rivers of blood until one glorious day he could confront King Asteron from face to face. The Black Knight easily dominated the fight, but an honorful death by the sword, that was not what the gutless king had deserved. Instead, he picked the king's scepter, which was similar to a heavy one-handed mace. Lying at the ground, the king begged for mercy, but the Black Knight was not deterred. He let the massive mace go down on the king's head, again and again. People say the Black Knight still carries that mace and uses it to kill enemies who have deserved an end in gore and violence. Some say the clotted blood from the king still sticks to the scepter and makes its almost black color. Hello and welcome everybody. In today's video I will show you the Black Knight build, which not only looks super cool but also is impressively strong. Even players 8 cannot hold back the Black Knight, and he does not even need a Grief or a 40. Let's just dive into it. The skill tree is almost identical to the PvP Zealot build. Sacrifice, Zeal and Holy Shield are maxed out, just as Fanaticism and Defiance. But here we also put 1 point into Salvation, just for the case we need additional resistances. The remaining points are put in Blessed Aim to passively increase attack rating. With the attribute points we have the usual distribution, enough strength for the items, dexterity up to 75% block chance while Holy Shield is active, and put as much in vitality as possible. Now we come to the interesting part yet, the items. First I will show you the basic setup and then add some alternatives. Weapon, armor, headgear and shield of course need to have a black color scheme. My choice finally fell on Asteron's Iron Ward. That unique scepter does not have a really high one-handed damage, but within the affixes we can find the mod damage plus 85. So this is just the same mod as Grief has, just at a lower value. That means we can add the 85 points to the min and the max damage of the weapon. And as we know from Grief yet, this damage is not displayed in the statistics. We would have to add about 50% to the shown damage value, so the paladin has about 3000 to 4500 real damage yet. Further, the scepter has 200% bonus to attack rating, 33% crushing blow, and slows targets by 25%. It also adds some magic damage, and I have socketed a low rune for 20% deadly strike. We will need 40% increased attack speed in total to reach maximum speed, and since the weapon already has 10% on it yet, we will just need to put 2 IAS jewels in the gear. The armor is a steel carapace, it has lots of defense and a nice black design. An ethereal one with high ED roll will be expensive, as PvP players also use it, but for hunting monsters you are fine with a lower roll or a non-ethereal one. Since the armor repairs itself, you have free choice how to fill the socket. I just have put a pool rune for more defense here. On the head we put the Veil of Steel, it also has a high defense value and adds plus 50% to all resistances. Here I socketed a jewel with 15% increased attack speed and 15% to all resists. Then we have a Storm Shield, as it has nice blocking qualities, physical damage reduction and some elemental resistances. Here I socketed a 40-15 jewel, but you can of course take a lower roll or even a blank IAS jewel. Then we put upgraded Gore Rider for some more deadly strike and crushing blow, an upgraded String of Ears for up to 8% life leech and to reach 50% damage reduction, and Steel Rend for 10% crushing blow, enhanced damage and high defense. The amulet is Atma's Scarab, because the amplified damage curse will reduce the enemy's physical resistances by 100%, so that at least doubles our physical damage. When Deadly Strike also triggers, our damage gets multiplied by 4. In the ring slots, we have to add a Raven Frost and a Dual Leecher, which can have nice additional stats like attack rating, life, resistances or attribute points. In the weapon switch we put CTA and Spirit, and in the inventory I added one small charm with lightning resistance and 3 with fire resist. The other ones are max AR life charms. We also pick an Act 2 mercenary with the Might aura and give him the rune word Pride. Like that we will have all 3 damage auras. Further, the Merc gets a Cure helmet and Chains of Honor. With the 2 auras from the mercenary, the Black Knight has 2800 to 4200 damage yet. Adding the damage which is not displayed, we are at about 6300 max damage yet, and with amplified damage and deadly strike in combination, max hits of 25,000 damage are possible. Further we reach about 10,000 attack rating, 3000 life and more than 35,000 defense, so the monsters hardly can hit us. We have full 50% damage reduction, 58% crushing blow and 35% deadly strike. Here a little demonstration of power in Players 8. Now we also wanna look at some interesting alternatives. First, I'd like you to pay attention to this armor nobody uses, Corpse-Morn. It has none of the qualities a player usually looks for, but it is black and it has 40 charges of Cadaver Explosion. Making use of these, the Black Knight also is quite fast in the cow level. For the helmet, we could also put a G-Face, which would increase our chance of Crushing Blow and Deadly Strike. But without the veil, we lose lots of resistances, which we have to compensate by some more charms. Talking about some more black weapons, my second choice would be a Stormlash. It has high maximum damage, some extra lightning damage, Crushing Blow, and it casts Static Field on attacks. If you urgently wanna go for a sword, maybe Cold Steel Eye could be an option. At least it has a huge amount of Deadly Strike. Rixot's Eye is black as well, but I guess it's just too bad to perform with. But you could also look out for some Cruel Sword of Evisceration. Both mods make the weapon appear black, so for the right look, one of them would be sufficient yet. Mozar's Circle also has a black color scheme, and it provides 2 open sockets, all resistances, and some nice blocking qualities. Stormguile and Spikethorn on the other hand don't offer any special qualities to benefit from, but the optic part would be okay. However, as we use Holy Shield, we won't see the shield skin for the most time anyway. Dracul's Grasp is also an alternative I have to mention here, because the life tap curse will help us to leech life from skeletons. I don't use them in the main setup, because amplify damage and life tap will override each other, but when playing maps with many skeletons, you can swap to Draculs and High Lords. For fast swaps, you could put these 2 items in the cube and take it with you. The Black Knight performs very strong and also offers some unique gameplay experience. Casting Cadaver Explosions as a paladin, this definitely is something special. Refilling the charges can become expensive of course, but when making some responsible use of the Cadaver Explosions, 40 charges can be fine to clear a cow run. I say goodbye at this point, take care and may the loot be with you.
Follow me. Come on. Thanks. Goodbye.